school and has carried that same work ethic to college as well as he prepares for his games. He truly embodies what it means to be a student athlete.
There's Freak, and he lays it straight in. Freak's got his second basket.
Guys, it's almost impossible to think about Michigan basketball and not think of the Fab Five. I mean, one of the most storied recruiting classes ever. They were dominant in their tenure here at Michigan.
Here is Day. UConn moving that ball around. From outside, off the mark. Now here's Freak. He's covered closely. There's the three. And Splitter pulls it down. On defense, Michigan. Pass to Keith. Left side, Martin. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Wow. And what a first half it's been thus far here for Freak. This is why so many think he'll be a star at the next level.
And you can take all the measurements and do all the data analytics you want to, but all it takes is one half of watching Freak play when he's hot like this to know stardom is in his future.
On defense, the Huskies, 4-point game. And it's Freak. Missing.
Almost no chance of that shot going in.
Yeah, there were a lot of other places he could have gone with the basketball instead of forcing that shot up.
To the paint. And Smith with the stuff.
And very little fight put up by the defense. As he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risks.
Michigan making some changes. Jefferson's checked in for Jones for Knight. And Freak subbed in for Flash. Freak in at point guard. Cunningham is out there with Taylor. And it's Banks in at the 2. Here's Posey. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And one thing about UConn that has been true all throughout their rise as a power, they have always played solid defense. It's something the program really hammers home.
On the floor for UConn. We've got Pierce, and it's Sims. In at the 4 slot.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Here's Freak. The shot is off. And the Huskies going the other way now. And Greg, you mentioned UConn moments ago in their defensive pride. Some great defenders, Clark, have come out of that school.
Yeah, you look at Emeka Okafor, Hashim, Thabit. Both were dominating rim protectors. And even their guards and swingmen get after you defensively.
And Posey kicks to Pierce. Unloads from 9. It's rebounded by Jefferson. And Michigan has possession. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Dishes it to Freak. Pulls up, high post. That one's in. Only his fourth make against 9 total shots.
And with Freak, he takes a lot of pride in where he hails from. Didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his hand by any means, and his family cheers him on from Harlem.
And Greg, you can see it in this game. I mean, we're all a product of where we've been, our environment, our experiences. And with Freak, he doesn't take anything for granted. Some of the very best players of all time have come from the projects like Freak, and he takes pride in playing for Harlem when he's on the court.
So Michigan ends up going with the new group. Hello and welcome back. This is college basketball on 2K Sports. And if you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg as we get set for the second half.
Guys, you know, it's been a close one thus far. Both teams have had strong stretches, but neither team has really been able to take control of the game to this point.
And guys, this is kind of like a boxing match, a bit of a feeling out period thus far. The second half, we should see more things open up, and that should benefit star players like Freak, who will get more quality opportunities.
Freak, he's in at point guard. Ellis is out there with Smith. Then it's Jones, and it's Crawford at the 2 guard.
Boy, how about the Huskies and the success they've found in the tournament over the years? I mean, 4 titles for that program in all, with the first coming in '99. They've been absolutely dominant the past 2 decades.
On the floor for UConn, we've got Keefe, and it's Joseph in at the 3, the small forward. That's good. 6 points for Smith.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
Here is Day. Outside, Martin. Crawford with the steal. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Now it's a 4-point Wolverine lead. The Huskies have won the college championship, Greg, in a number of ways, both as a favorite and as an underdog.
Yeah, I mean, they won as high as the 1 seed back in '99. And then how about in 2014? They were a 7 seed that went all the way to win and cut down those nets. So they have rightly earned every ounce of fear and respect opponents have for them come tournament time. You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And you see a lot of players who are very talented play with a me-first approach. That is not the case with Freak. He doesn't try and attract any unnecessary attention and just focuses on playing his game.
Yeah, I like that about him, Greg. I mean, in a day and age where most guys are self-centered and it's all about me, it's refreshing for a player like Freak who doesn't invite that kind of noise. I mean, that's as impressive as his skill set.
Day, the pass to Keefe. Splitter sets a screen. Now the dish to Martin. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And you look at the long list of former players from the University of Michigan, a lot of big-name NBA players got their start as Wolverines. It's been that way for a long time.
Here's Freak. Here's Wright. Up and in on the way. Wright's got his first points of the night.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Jennings drives in, passes it to McGuire. Shot is no good. Some solid defense from Knight. Here's Freak. They get it again. Right. No good. And stolen by Freak. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Wolverines.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Freak, he's in at the point. Jones is out there with Wright, and it's Knight in at the 2 spot. Well, Greg, you mentioned moments ago all the former Wolverines that have made it to the NBA. Michigan has been one of the best talent developing schools for a long time.
And, you know, apart from the Fab Five group, Kevin, the Wolverines can also name Glenn Rice as an alum, outstanding NBAer, and Trey Burke and Nick Stauskas, recent grads from Ann Arbor. You know, sometimes you can see how a player can lead on the floor from the sidelines, and you see that with Freak. I mean, he's got the skills and athleticism as a point guard in addition to the leadership, too.
And, guys, people often underestimate just how important leadership is. You know, there's no stat for that, but guys like Chris Paul and Steph Curry have incredible skill, but their leadership on the floor is equally as important. Freak is a floor general in their mold.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock. It's a wrap.
Yep, nice game.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Here's Freak. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
At the line for 2.
He hits both from the stripe. 17 seconds left here in the second half. And the foul called on Freak.
Freak. That's his first personal foul.
12 seconds left to play here in the second half. Jennings with the bucket.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Freak laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
And so it's Michigan winning this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.